Hello everybody, hello again. Thanks very much, Rowan, that was great. I'm going to do a fourth poem set now, which is going to cover just about everything. That is sex and love, disappointment, and antiques. So we've heard a couple of poems about rubbish. Now, I've got rubbish, I've got antique rubbish. We've had so much stuff. Both my mum and dad are dead, and somehow or other I kind of got myself persuaded myself to take on stuff that I didn't necessarily, well, I probably wanted it, but I perhaps shouldn't have had it, because some of it's now in a railway container somewhere near Berwick-on-Tweed. It includes the objects that you're going to hear about, and it's called Thy Will Be Done, and it really, the thy, and that is my father. The clock that was my father's and my grandfather's before stands in my room beside my door to tell the time when I must leave, beating my breast because the end of time will be worse than I guessed. At 5 o'clock there's jam and bread on the very same china plate from which my mother's people ate until the time they ate no more, their appetite having disappeared suddenly during the night. And I have a Chinese cabinet designed recognizably for a room more sizably proportioned than mine. Its patina, darkly glowing, glares with the ghost eyes of guests I have no way of knowing. And then there is my hunky elk. That's the truth. There is my hunky elk. His heavy taxidermal head has a sinister leer. But he is dead as cabinet or plate. Too late now to transgress, be disinherited, and carry less. Thank you very much. Now, this is the sex one, but it's before the watershed, because the time I'm thinking of, I must have been, well, still in shorts. If you look at your menus, you will find the title, and you will detect that there is a word in it that shouldn't be before the watershed, FANY. Now, in this case, it's only spelt with one N, and it's quite proper. This was a regiment of ladies, and my mum was one of them, and I was quite interested in another one, as the poem will tell you. A veteran of the first aid nursing yeomanry, the FANY, gives the boys ice cream. Your mother gave us brown bread, ice cream, or mint, and smiled in that soft, restraining way that only ladies of her day would smile on account of the lives they'd led. I would have said it was the war that won us those smiles and those sacrifices and those ices knocked up from scraps and sacrifices. Well now, will you two cowboys have some more? The beginning of erotic eating. She tucked our dirty knees under the table edge and urged us to say please. All through those endless sun-blessed teas, exotic delicacies were honeyed up by this glove-lid ex-fanny in a belted dress, in that kitchen in Wadhurst where excess was forbidden, but conjured up from her ration book and her smile, and from the war that had made her husband vile. Thank you very much. I forgot that one badly during the dress rehearsal, so whew. Could somebody look at the program and now tell me what the next one is? Because I can't for the life of me remember.
The wedding day rose.
Oh, the wedding day rose, yes. This is for my mother, having done that slightly naughty thing, and whilst you're still in shorts and fancied another woman's mother. This is about me and my mother. I gave her, on her silver wedding anniversary, a rose called Wedding Day. That was the name of the variety. And at that time, I guess, I was in my early 20s, she was a bit disappointed in me, and I was a bit guilty, and knew I was doing things that she didn't want me to do, and all that sort of thing that you know about. Everybody who's been in the family knows about it. So this is the Wedding Day rose. So here we are on a summer evening in the garden of this Hampshire house where you raised me, and you tell me to plant the wedding day rose I gave you, and you'd so wanted, and you tell me to prune the wedding day rose that I gave you, and you'd so wanted to see growing up through the prickly holly. You let all the other ramblers make their fresh branches at the back of your out-of-date house. The yard is flint cobbled, and old cardboard boxes grow mould in the outhouses. I am your divorcing son, tangled up in hash, and you ask me to cut more branches off your wedding day that's grown for years through thorns. Must you pass me the shears? Oh, gloomy, gloomy. These things get better with age, I think, but the memory doesn't. Anyway, my last one is also actually for my mum, and she lived in the south of England, but she was from north of here. She was from Scotland, and she was really quite unhappy, I think, much of her life living down there, and this is about people who live in places they don't want to be, I suppose. It's called The Scotswoman Who Married into the Home Counties. Like tweed, like pearls, like tweed, like pearls, like, sorry, I'll start again. Like tweed, like pearls, like fire, like wood, like loss, like listen with mother, with me. Like fire, like water, like a Scots laird's daughter, like 3 deaths before me, like heather that shrivels in Hampshire, like silver death going sick on the chalk, like your loch all clogged up beyond the border. Like grin and bear it, like you limp to the shop, like bravery I wanted to shake you, like you meant the marriage, like you could not stop him being like he was in his unlikeness, like a moor set down in a wheat farm, like your composure stiffening, like your bad hip, like the smell of you aging, like knowing of the coming of your death, all the time he poured beer that last evening in Broughton, like you never were like yourself down here.